Hello YouTube and welcome to the comic book channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing my new release comic book pickups for the week of Wednesday, January 27th, 2001. I missed a week last week. I think that's the first time since I started posting comic book hauls that I've missed a Wednesday, but I'm in the process of moving, so stuff happens and it got crazy. I got books, but I wasn't able to make a video. And I'm in a different room right now because packing and all that stuff. So I'll just go ahead and get us started. From DC, we have the Future State Suicide Squad #1. Heard some good stuff about this one. I'm excited to read it. We've got issue #2 of Dark Detective. And this is a really cool cover. I actually like this cover. Usually I'm more of a B cover for the DC stuff, but I like this one a lot. Looks good. I like the coloring going on and stuff. It looks cool. Here is Batman Black and White #2, and this is the B variant for that one. This is probably going to be a little bit of a longer video too. I have, towards the end of this, some back issues that I've picked up and stuff too this past week. So there's a good amount of stuff in here. Here's the Future State Aquaman #1. The regular cover, and I really like this a lot. I hear it's got a great contrast. The cover looks fun and bubbly, but I hear it's pretty dark on the inside, so that's really cool. I like Aquaman, not the Aquaman movie, but I do like Aquaman stuff. This should be interesting. It's interesting art, at least. Over to Ahoy Comics. I'm going to do some independents. Here's Edgar Allan Poe's Sniffer of Blood, issue #4. Usually those have really, really cool covers, but I guess that one's just supposed to look like a magazine cover or something. Not that interesting. Here from AWA Upshot is volume #2, issue #3 of Year Zero. And this is a really cool cover. I like this cover a lot. Usually their covers are pretty good. This is a nice one. I dig that cover. Next up from Archie Comics, we've got the one-shot Riverdale Presents the Southside Serpents #1. So there's that. Heard this is pretty, gets pretty gritty too, like a little rougher than what's shown on the TV show, like the Serpent should be. So from whatever publisher this is the Batvark second printing of the parody of the Batman Damned #1 with that's on the cover there inside. I don't know how to explain what I'm saying. Either way, I don't know that I should show that without giving a disclaimer first, and I didn't realize it was there till right then, so I'll cover that up. But there's something there. Scout Comics, I grabbed a pair of Sweet Downfalls #1s. So there's that. And then also from Scout Comics, here is the new #1 Stake. I was this close to picking up the Derek Q variant, and then I didn't. Then I walked back and was like, yeah, I guess I'll grab it, and it was gone. So you always have to get something the first time. If you have to convince yourself, then you're not going to get it. From Behemoth, here is this 2020. I don't know what this is, but I grabbed it anyways, so there's that. Over to Source Point Press, they put out a few books this week. Here is Damned Cursed Children 1. Heard it was cool. Here's another #1. This is more like a second volume #1 for Warcorns, Combat Unicorns for Hire. Next up, we've got volume 2 of Dead End Kids. This is the Suburban Job. Dead End Kids #1, the Suburban Job. Dead End Kids, the Suburban Job #1. I don't know, whatever, however you say that. Whatever, who cares? You don't care. I don't care. We don't care. Next up is another #1 from Source Point. This is the 8th Immortal #1. Pretty cool cover. And just in case I did grab the other cover for it. It's a nice black and white variant cover. Or maybe that's the variant cover. I don't know. One's the variant cover and one's the regular cover, though. I know that. Over to Image Comics. Here's Post-Americana. I don't know how you say that. Number 1. That first issue was pretty brutal, so I'm excited to read that one. Another series that is really brutal is this, Department of Truth, and this is issue number 5. And I missed the Tula Lotte cover that I really wanted to grab. Those were all gone at my local shop, but this cover is cool nonetheless. So I grabbed that one. And here's a book that I got every freaking cover of, except for the one that anybody wants, of course. Here is Spawn 314. This is one of the covers. Here is another cover. Here is another cover. And yes, here is another cover. I got all of those covers because my local shop owner is tricky and puts them in my pool. And by the time I get to the register, you know, I'm thinking $2.99 plus a 35% discount. Why not? Doesn't sound bad. Then you buy like 4 of them and you're like, I didn't really want 4 copies of this book, but now I've committed. So over to Boom Studios. Here is Something is Killing the Children, issue number 14. Oh my God, we're already at issue 14 with this book. That's crazy to me. It feels like it just started yesterday. It's a really good book. If you've not been reading it, then read it. Another book from Boom Studios is issue number 5 of The Unkindness of Ravens. I've only read the first issue of this book, and I was a little lukewarm on it. I didn't love it. Obviously enough to read the second issue, but I do want to go back and read like a trade or something. I feel like it had potential. I just don't think the execution was quite there in that first issue, but hopefully it gets a little better. We're going to go over to Marvel. We have issue number 9 of Wolverine. This is the Aliens Versus variant. Cool cover. Here is the regular cover for Wolverine number 9, and as you can see here, we've sold off Wolverine's hand. And that's sad, because now he's missing a hand. Or perhaps both hands. I don't know, I haven't read Wolverine in this volume since the first issue. Here's issue number 25 of Captain Marvel. I do read every issue of Captain Marvel, and they're all very good. If you haven't been reading them, you probably should. Here is issue number 4 of Werewolf by Night. This is the B variant, G something hit, I don't know, I can't say that person's name, but it's a nice cover nonetheless. This book I did not like. I haven't read issue 4 or 3. I've only read 1 and 2. Here's the regular cover, but I did not like issues 1 and 2. I was not a fan. They felt unnecessary and formulaic to me. Here's issue number 28 of Fantastic Four. Really great covers. Haven't read any of a single issue from this volume because I really find it really hard to read Fantastic Four. I sound like I'm like saying bad things about a lot of books today, but I'm just giving opinions because most of the time I just show the cover and go to the next one, and I do read comic books just to clear the air on that. So here's issue number 15 of The New Mutants. The New Mutants is my favorite, I say favorite, but I have a lot of favorites, is one of my favorite Marvel books, especially volume 1, you know, up to issue 101. I love the New Mutants. New Mutants and Man-Thing, 2 favorite Marvel books. This volume is good. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's good. It's good. Next up is Excalibur, issue number 17. Haven't read any Excalibur. Gotta be honest. Haven't read any of that. Here is Daredevil, issue 26, King in Black tie-in. This is the B variant cover. Great cover. I'm about 3 issues behind on Daredevil. Actually, I take that back. I did read the last issue, so I've like jumped in and out of Daredevil. Daredevil's good. Daredevil's always good. Chip Zdarsky's writing Daredevil right now, so of course it's good. Here is Conan the Barbarian, issue number 18. Of course, I read every issue of Conan. They're all equally amazing. Conan at Marvel is the jams, and I hope Conan always stays at Marvel. Here is Star Wars Bounty Hunters, issue 9. Haven't read any of these. Not a single one. I love Star Wars, but I haven't got much into the comic book lore of Star Wars. Here is another King in Black tie-in. This is Savage Avengers, issue 17. Great book. Really fun. Read Savage Avengers. You will love it. Here is X-Men, issue 17. X-Men is great. It's great. There's islands, there's fighting, there's mutants. All you need to know, it's great. Here's Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 58. Spider-Man. I don't need to give my review on Spider-Man. We have Strange Academy, and we have issue number 7. This is the C variant here. I also picked up this B variant, which is like a character variant or something like that. I forget what they call them. Character spotlight variant, maybe. And then here is the regular cover with Doctor Strange on it. Strange Academy is awesome. I really like Strange Academy a lot. All right, those are all the new books I picked up this week. Time to get into some random mail and back issues and stuff. So this came in the mail. This is Star Wars Darth Vader, issue 6, second printing, with who's that on the cover? I don't know. Maybe you do. I do. Just joking. I saw this today in a 50-cent bin, actually, and I love this cover. This is a beat-up comic, but I'm okay with that. That is such a nice cover. This is Jungle Action, issue 23. God, that's a good cover. Just nice and simple, dark. It's Black Panther. It just looks good. Like that cover a lot. And going from really awesome covers to the worst cover you've ever seen in your life, here is issue number 1, the only issue of Nightcat. With this cover. That's right. This cover. Somebody did this cover, and Marvel put it out. Thank you, Marvel. Thank you for putting out that cover. Here is something I ordered in the mail a while ago. This is Jim Balance Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose, issue 111, and this is the photo variant. This is artist Holly Golightly depicted on the cover there. I like this cover. Next up is some unbagged and boarded Fantastic Four 281. Here is Daredevil 234. Got Amazing X-Men number 1. Amethyst, Princess of Gem World, issue 4. Love the art on those. The cover art, so fun. Here is a image book, Mara number 1. Just like I said, I was rating some 50-cent bins, so some of this might not be interesting to you. Here's Clean Room number 1. That's interesting. And here's another copy of Clean Room number 1. And then I picked up a couple. Sorry if you hear a bunch of crazy noises. That's my dog who's mad that he's at the door and not in here with me. Here's issue number 5 of Clean Room. And here is issue number 6. Really like the cover art on these Clean Room books. They're really nice. Really nicely done. Here is from one of my favorite artists, Mike Allred. This is It Girl number 8. No board on that bag. Here is Why the Last Man, issue number 5. That's one of the greatest series of all time. If you have not read it, you really should read that, no joke. Here's Infinity #1, this cover. I picked up another copy of the Vision hip-hop variant because it's great. It's hard to see though. It's there, I swear. Vanessa Del Rey, I think. Oh yes, Vanessa Del Rey. Really good cover. Like that cover. I like every cover. I picked up this copy of the Young Avengers #1. And if you guys know, it looks like it's signed by somebody. I don't know who that would be. I don't really do signed books, and I did not notice that until after I left with it. So I was a little disappointed it's signed and not authenticated in any way, but it is signed by someone. Who does that? Who gets their book signed by someone with no authentication and then sells it? So then I have to buy it without authentication. Unacceptable. Here is the Twilight Zone #1, the Michael J. Straczynski volume by Dynamite. I love the Twilight Zone. That's one of my favorite TV shows. Everything's my favorite something tonight. Except for this. Here's Nuck the Nuclear Duck #1. I tried to open this and look at it, and it's in there. Here is a pair of Star Wars Dr. Aphra's #7s. And then this. You know, I'm going to save this for another video. I'll just give a quick glimpse of it right now. If you don't know what this is amazing. This is someone who subscribes to this channel. This is his artwork. He did this store exclusive for this book here. I Breathe the Body #1. I can't remember the store right now that I ordered it from, but he told me about it, and I was really stoked because now, look, we know somebody famous, and he is such a good artist. Oh, it doesn't show the store. Oh, no, it doesn't say the store. It just says the artist's name, who all of you should know as Brett Hess. A subscriber to this channel. He's pretty active in the community. He talks, comments on videos and stuff. Dude is awesome, and his artwork is amazing. And I'm so excited to have his book right here in my hands in front of me. You don't know how cool that is to like talk to a real person. I mean, maybe you do, but I don't. Who did their own cover for a comic book. Like, he painted this, he did this. This is his artwork, and it's really, really good. So I'm really excited to have this. I want to do like a whole showcase video on this cover here so you guys can see it better and not see my dumb face in the reflection. It's me. But this book is really awesome. Brett, you're the freaking man. This is really good. Really good. Ridiculously good. And from there, here is a whole bunch of Daredevil 25-second prints. Not going to show all those. And another store exclusive. This is... I don't know which book this is. I mean, obviously it's an Archie book. Obviously, it was from Stadium Comics. It's a Stadium exclusive, but I don't know the name of the book. And it's double bagged and boarded. So, you give me just a moment. This is something. This is a book that is put out by Archie Comics. This is Betty and Veronica, Best Friends Forever #1. This is a Stadium exclusive. It's a really cool cover. I like it a lot. It's not as cool as Brett Hess's cover at all for I Breathe the Body #1, but it's cool. And like I said, just to close out, I don't want to pass 20 minutes here. Go out and get a copy of this book. This guy is freaking amazing, and this cover is awesome. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next time. Comment below.